Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. After a full day of college football, the sun is down, the lights are on, and we still have more for you on EA Sports. It's the Houston Cougars and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey guys, Houston's head coach told me right before the game, this is a crucial moment in their season. They've got to decide what type of team they are. They're finding ways to lose close games, and they've got to get their first win in conference play. Coach says it's crucial that they get off to a good start here today. He wants focus, communication, and more dominance and physicality at the line of scrimmage. I'll keep you posted on how they look down here from the field level to start the first quarter. Back to you.
All right, Holly. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. So the Utah Utes offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And out to lead this offense is Devin Dampier, one of the better quarterbacks in college football and capable of putting on a show. This quarterback part of their running game. Turning it on! And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Zings it complete to the right, and he'll be brought down.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
The Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Handoff for Parker. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The run inside. It's great. And he'll be brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You're throwing incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Utes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
Well, the gamble by the head coach early in the game really pays off. Remember, they went for it on 4th down to stay on the field. They wanted to be aggressive, and now they get to pay it off, scoring a touchdown. Really nice job. It's always a massive gamble as a head coach, taking those risks. But when you've got an offense like this, that really wasn't that tough of a decision.
And I think defensively, that kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Like, you get so excited. You force the 4th down, maybe a punt, maybe a field goal, whatever it is. I'm going to get off the field, and then they get it. And they finish with this drive together. You're right. Circle that 4th down. That was a big one.
So the Houston Cougars offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He breaks a tackle. They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like, the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big third down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Caught in the backfield. It's Walker. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. It'll be third and long. Back to pass. It's Wegman. Safe completion on the screen. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's fourth down. Will they bring out the punt team? Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking for room at the 25. Right down the gut of the field. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Utah! Found some open space and turned on the Jets.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Houston offense once again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Catch in the middle, it's Walker. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his target down the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. Houston is moving it quickly down the field. Looking for space. It's Sanford. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he... Makes the grab. It's Walker. Great move. Now he's got room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Houston.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they tacked on the extra point. Here he comes with the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bray. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. And the Utes want to pick up the tempo. Leaves it with the back. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. The Utes will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking downfield, it's Wegman. Throws for the tight end. Finds his man. It's McGarry. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Sanford. Runs through a man. He might have some space. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Will, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. So far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Wide receiver going in motion. Running inside. It's Sellers. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds a man on the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To the air, it's Wegman. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And You don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Pressure coming, trying to get away. That slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be fourth down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Timeout call by the Utes. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. To the air. It's Wegman. Here's a heat. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown Cougars. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that's his 2nd touchdown pass of the day, and he has been as good as advertised. Reese talked about it coming into the game, right? He highlighted him as the playmaker, the guy that can get things done. Already got 2 touchdown passes, really doing a good job of handling everything the defense is throwing at him and making plays.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. He'll start this drive firing. Got his man on the right. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. The run inside, it's Briggs. Just make sure to take care of that football. He stopped after a short gain, it'll be 3rd down. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On 3rd and short, the power run here. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Past the 40. How frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a quarterback like that. They finally get him out of bounds. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw. It's Dampier. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Utes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Man, great effort by the defense there. They almost come up with the interception. The defender just couldn't get his foot back in bounds.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We kick things off with Cal taking on the number 14 team, the SMU Mustangs. And it's the Golden Bears coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course. So how they handle things from here will define this program. Now back to your game at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the fellows at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
The Utes will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This injury could play a big factor, Holly. What have you got on it?
Hey, guys, the Cougars head coach told me coming out of the locker room, guys, the coach told me their running back will not return to this game. I could see that he has suffered some type of upper body injury. He tested it out several times here on the sideline, but ball security could be an issue. He is definitely out to start this second half. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Back to throw, it's Wegman. Hauls it in. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Wants to throw it again. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. grab behind the line. It's Thomas. And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Split backs here. Now on the option. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Dampier. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Timeout call by the Utes. That's their 1st. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Walker. Gets away from one. Finds room. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. That one will give them the lead. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Right down the middle. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes the Houston offense out and ready to go. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Throws to the wideout. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. With the catch, it's Young. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Sellers. Busts through behind his pad. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Utes! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. Yeah, exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. At the end of a play, there is an injured Houston player on the field. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Wants to throw. It's Wegman. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Might be calling a hot route. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They'll run it. It's Bray. Finding some room. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run the option. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The Utes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. and he missed it. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
Man, that's tough for the kicker. Here you are in the fourth quarter. You're trying to break this tie, give your team the lead, and you knock it off the upright.
They'll go to the counter. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
It's so hard to play defense when you've got things in front of you. Everybody going one direction, somebody coming back the other direction. You can't trust your eyes. Really good job by the offense, giving you some eye candy, something to look at so it wasn't easy coming downhill right at you. Hard to diagnose plays.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Sellers. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets into the 40, and it's a first down.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Sellers. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It's complete. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field.
Offside, defense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And the Cougars with the 1st and 10. Quick handoff. Could be an alley. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The freshman running back being attended to. We hope he's able to get back in the game shortly. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the draw, it's Hughes. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Touchdown, Cougars! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. The keeper on the option. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Parker again. Got a little grass. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And the Utes want to crank the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Give to the single back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Grabs it in the middle. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
And that's an interesting choice for this offense, and specifically for the quarterback, man. Fourth down, throwing the ball underneath the stick. When you're not getting a first down, you got to put that ball on the money, have your guy with some open space so he can run. Defense was all over that drag route. They broke on the football, no space, nowhere to go, forcing the fourth down.
They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Makes the grab. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! And that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays.
He's got it, Allen. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.